What's up, level uppers? Welcome to a live reaction time. We are going to be watching the trailer for Avengers. Turns out it's called Endgame. I was just saying that I was very surprised. Last night we were watching the Game Awards. We did a live reaction to the Game Awards, and the Russo brothers came out on stage. They presented one of the awards. So it was either like, are they going to announce the Avengers project? Are they going to drop the trailer for Avengers Endgame? When they didn't, we were thinking, oh, they'll probably say it's coming tomorrow, it's coming this weekend. But they didn't say that either. So I actually was of the impression that we weren't going to be getting anything at all this week. I thought it was all a bunch of smoke and mirrors, a bunch of people lying on the internet, but there were some people that were actually right. Rick is in the chat. He was keeping an eye on them. There was two guys, right? Two guys somehow got it right again. These guys seem to know what's going on, so we gotta keep an eye on what those guys say moving forward, because they were right once again. But we're gonna watch this trailer. This is my first time watching it. I have not watched anything from this trailer. I've only seen like a screen from it, really. Rick helped me out getting a screen together for our eventual thumbnail, and that is all I have seen of this trailer. I wanted to stay black on this one. So here we go, my first time watching Avengers not Infinity War Part 2. We're gonna have to start calling it Avengers Endgame. Let's check it out, guys.
Stay on.
On his
Hey,
way
Miss
back
Potts.
home.
If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
I'm liking the tone already. Oh! Dusting.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
Oh, nice. Nice.
This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Oh, that's it? That's all they're going to give us? Wow. Music's awesome.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. Got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Nice. All right, man. So that was 100% a teaser. That was full on teaser. It was a pretty short trailer. I'd say it was like the actual content of it. The actual like content of it was maybe a minute and 45 seconds and no action whatsoever, but I'm okay with it. This was nothing but somber shots, just sadness, and a tiny bit of humor, just barely, at the very end there. But really, just somber. And that's okay. I mean, we all know how Infinity War ended, so I am totally okay with them focusing on that. And I really want to find out, like, how is Tony going to get out of this situation? I don't feel like they gave any inkling as to how he's going to get out of this. And the fact that he is already sure in his mind that this is the end for him, the end of his journey, and he's leaving this message for Pepper, that's going to be a very emotional scene. And I'm really wondering if he's also going to touch on the real depressing part of it all, that his mentee, the child that he was training, just dusted in his arms before his eyes. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. Robert Downey Jr. going to give the best performance of his entire Avengers career with this film, I think. And maybe this will be his last one. I don't know. I mean, the rumors are saying the Cap is not going anywhere. So does that mean Tony's going somewhere? I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Let's go to the chat here. The scene with Stark was phenomenal. Farsender says, I really like the ending. Ant-Man is one of my favorite Avengers. Yes, we all know he would come back. Seeing Hawkeye, there he is, seeing Hawkeye there with the sword. So I think I saw somebody call him Ronin. Is that like his other name? Rick, can you help me on this here? Because I actually don't know. Does Hawkeye go by another name? Is this like his new suit or something? After, you know, he goes with the bow and arrow, now he goes with a sword. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he was holding a sword. Could it be that Captain Marvel saves him? I mean, that's certainly a possibility. We're definitely seeing a lot of space combat related things with the Captain Marvel trailer that just came out recently. So, you know, he's drifting through space. He is Ronin now. So that's his name, Ronin. I know nothing about that. I'll be honest. I know about Hawkeye. I've never heard or seen Ronin. So I'm gonna have to check into that. But he looks badass. I love the new costume for him. Hey, thank you so much for the tip, King Kurt. I really appreciate that $5 tip. Everything about this was just what it needed to be, in my opinion. I didn't need to see any more than this. You know, we still. Oh, and the one other thing at the end there, definitely worth bringing up. April. It said April at the end because I think originally it was supposed to be May something. Was it May 9th? And they did this with Infinity War as well, didn't they? They had a May release date, and then they pushed it forward to April. So in my head, I'm wondering, is that because they wanted to get out of the way of something, or just because they wanted to fool us again and be like, hey, we're gonna surprise you and bring it earlier than you were expecting? If anything, they're actually bringing it closer to Captain Marvel. So it was May 4th, Rick said, and they pushed it up to April now, and we don't know when in April, I don't think. I'll have to check at the end there if it said when in April. But they're pushing it closer to Captain Marvel now. So maybe they feel like the two really go hand in hand, so we can all see it at the same time. Yeah, I think that's an awesome move. I mean, it's fan service in a way. Just to be like, oh, you thought it was May? Nope, it's going to be April. You get to see it even sooner. Although when Infinity War changed its date, I feel like it was much closer to release when they changed the date and moved it forward. This one, we still have, we still have a good 4 months before this film comes out. So one thing I'm a little confused about, so I'm trying to think here, is Bruce Banner... it says April 26th on the poster. Cool. Did Bruce Banner like just find out that the snapping happened, as I like to call it? Because it feels like they're explaining it to him in the one scene, like he didn't know. Like maybe because I don't know. He was there. He wasn't even the Hulk during that whole sequence. So why is Bruce Banner acting like he didn't know what was going on there? Maybe I was just kind of looking at that scene in the wrong context, but it almost felt like they were explaining it to him. I really like the reveal of this logo too. Everything coming back together. And Endgame. I mean, the logo implies that it's like rebuilding, right? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the logo is rebuilding. So I'm cool with it. I like that a lot. I think he's just reacting to how many people died. Yeah, I mean, what is there? Like 7.5 billion people in the world now? So let's go with let's just say 3 billion at least. Probably 3.75 billion people just vanished. Like that's what I really want to see in this film. I really want to see the ramifications on the world. You know, it's great, focus on the Avengers, but I go into like the daily lives of just the normal person and their reaction to this. Leftovers is one of my favorite series of all time now. Love The Leftovers, and only 2% of the population vanished in The Leftovers. And it's the entire universe. That's right, King Kurt, it's the entire universe. And in The Leftovers on Earth, only 2% of the population vanished. We have 50% of every single person on Earth, maybe somewhere near that because it's 50% of the universe, so it could be, you know, plus or minus a few percent when it comes to Earth. But man, like, how does the world react to that? What do they think happened? Do they know that does it get explained to Earthlings that this was the result of an alien being snapping his fingers? Or do a whole bunch of people put this on religion? Do they think this was the rapture? Like, what is the effect that this would have on the entire world? I want to see that. I really want to see how I would imagine how everybody comes together. You know, there's going to obviously be this immense sadness and sorrow throughout the entire world, but my imagination would go towards people coming together as a result of this, not dividing themselves. And And same with the Avengers. They're going to come together as a result of this thing, right? Let's go to chat here for a sec. Since they have Shuri and others who were snapped on screen. But yeah, the more I watch this, I think Pepper gets the message and comes to him. She has her own suit in the comics. Rescue, that's true, Rick. That's a very good point. And we've seen concept art on that too, haven't we? Isn't she wearing a sort of pinkish, bluish Iron Man-like outfit? So yeah, she could definitely come to his rescue, and that would be awesome. The thing is, like, he is super far away, right? I mean, they took... I don't know what ship it was, but like an alien spacecraft that probably travels a whole lot faster than Iron Man can travel or Rescue can travel. So how the hell is she going to get to him? I mean, hopefully Tony has enough fuel to get at least close to Earth so that Pepper in her rescue gear can find him and rescue him. The general population calls it the Decimation. That's right. I did see that they're calling it the Decimation. And, you know, who came up with that name? Like, who said this to the nation, to the entire world, that this was the Decimation? I just can't wait to find out all those little details. That's actually really exciting to me, to find out what all that is going to be like. And that was my favorite thing about The Leftovers, just to go back to that, is it wasn't about really what happened. It wasn't trying to be a mystery on what happened. It was a question of, how does everybody react to this? You know, let's go to these 10 people and how the rapture, if you want to call it that, I think they call it the departure. They call it the departure in that show. How each person has a different type of reaction to this event. That's the best part about that show. And that's what I hope they focus on in some capacity here. The rumored runtime is like 3 hours. I'm sure they'll cut it down a little bit, but right now the rumored runtime is close to 3 hours. I bet you they get that down to 2 hours and 40 minutes or so. They'll probably cut a little bit there. But that's a long ass film, and that gives you enough time to really focus on the reaction to this whole thing, the effect that this has. It needs to be 5 hours. I don't know about that. Maybe split into 2 films. Let's make it Endgame Part 1 and Part 2. This is like the end, man. This is the end of an era. This is kind of crazy. And it's a little bit sad for me even, and I'm not as big a fan as like Rick in the chat, GFN, enormous Marvel fan. I'm not that big like him, but still, you know, I've seen 90% of these films, starting with Iron Man back in, what year did Iron Man come out? So to finally come to the culmination of all that and feel like it is ending and we're going to lose a lot of these characters and we're going to move on to the next class, it's a sad thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it when the credits roll. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this whole thing, but I'm excited for it. I hope that they're able to stick the landing, because Infinity War, especially on rewatch, I want to say on rewatch, I liked it even more. I thought it was great in theaters, but I liked it even more on rewatch. I was just too stuck in my own head when I saw it in theaters, and then when I watched it again a second time in theaters, I was able to just leave my brain at the door a little bit and really appreciate what it did. Those last 30 minutes especially, I just threw me that second time, man. Cried when Spidey vanished. It really got me that second time. I loved it. And yeah, concept art too. So behind the scenes photos, art, and lack of in-universe explanation for what Mark 49 was. I think that's how they'll use Pepper. There's a reason she came back after Civil War. I like the way you think, Rick. I think you're probably nailing this right now. So yes, this was a great first teaser. It didn't show too much. It didn't show too little. It showed exactly what it needed to show. The somber result of the end of Infinity War. We'll get a huge, bombastic, action-packed trailer, I'm sure, next year. This was a good start. This is what I needed to see this early, 5 months ahead of the release of Endgame. And I'm very curious. We got the chat going here. We know what they think. But you guys watching at youtube.com/The Level Up Network, let me know what you thought as well in the comments below. What are your predictions? Let me know your theories on how this is all going to go down, and let me know what you thought of my reaction as well. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you disliked it, you can hit that dislike button, but most importantly, hit that subscribe button here at youtube.com/Level Up Network. Turn on the bell. Make sure you get notifications whenever we upload new reactions. We've been putting up a lot recently. We had the Game Awards last night, and there's also, don't forget, we got Spider-Man Far From Home coming tomorrow, I believe. There's a new Godzilla trailer coming, so a lot of new reactions still on the way to our YouTube channel. And another thing I want to mention, next year, when I go full time starting on January 7th, every Tuesday night we're going to be doing a watch along. Each week, another entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to go through every film, hopefully, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe leading up to Endgame. We had it planned out for when Endgame was supposed to release. So now that Endgame has been moved forward, we might have to tweak the way we're going to make this all work. But I would like to at least watch all of the pivotal films in the MCU before Endgame releases, and you guys can watch it with me here at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show, where I'm streaming from right now. Go to there, hit that follow button, turn on notifications. Make sure you get those alerts whenever we go live. And also another quick thank you to King Kurt 757 for the $5 tip during this little stream here. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for watching right now. If anybody is new, hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. And I hope to catch you next time. Until then, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up.